Aloha and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about message authentication codes, MACs, or tags as they're known. So what is a MAC? Well, a MAC is a cryptographic primitive, and it's used for verifying the data integrity and authenticity of messages that you send over the internet. So the way it's used is you've got a MAC algorithm and you've got a symmetric key that you share with another person. Let's say the person you're sending the message to. So you're going to take you're going to take your message, you're going to take your MAC algorithm and the symmetric key, and you're going to apply those to that message. And that's going to develop this thing called a MAC. It's going to come out with, some kind of a tag. And you take that tag, you stick it to the message, and then you send that message to your friend. So the person, your friend, receives the message, and after they receive the message, they're going to look at it. They've got the symmetric key, so they can calculate the MAC themselves. And then they take that MAC and they compare it to the MAC that you stuck on the message. And if they are equal, then you know that it hasn't been modified in transit. You also know that it's been sent by your friend because only you and that person share that symmetric key. This doesn't actually provide one other thing. You might think that, hey, it can prove the integrity of the message, that it hasn't been modified, and also where the message originated. But you can't provide non-repudiation. And why can't you do non-repudiation? Well, non-repudiation has to do with the ability to say that it definitively came from one person. And you can't do that since both you and the sender, if this came to a court case, you can't say which one of you sent the message because you both hold the symmetric key, right? So you'll know that the message came from your friend when you receive it, but in a court of law or something like that, because you both have the same key, you can't say who it was that sent that thing. So that's why it doesn't provide the non-repudiation security service. There's also something called an HMAC. So HMACs are hashed message authentication codes, and these just work a little bit differently. Oh, also they're known as hash-based authentication codes. So HMACs, these are calculated a little bit differently. So you're going to use the symmetric key and you're going to use the cryptographic hash function together. So what you're going to do is the message sender is going to use a cryptographic hash function to compute a message digest. So you're going to compute this message digest on the message. Then after they've done that, then they're going to take the message digest and they're going to encrypt it with that symmetric key. So it works a little bit differently than what we talked about before. Then they'd send that over and you can continue from there. But an HMAC, just to let you know, an HMAC, it's going to be denoted by the cryptographic hash function that you have in it. So if you had something that said HMAC MD5, then you know that you're using a hashed message authentication code, but the security that's used in there, the actual hashing algorithm is going to be MD5. So you'll hear about MD5, SHA-256, things like that. So that's going to be covered later on. But that's essentially MACs in a nutshell. There's some good examples in our text, some nice participation activities that show you exactly how that's done. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Aloha.